The Soweto Derby takes centre stage at FNB Stadium this afternoon as Orlando Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs fight for bragging rights before their respective fans. Now they have to find their way from all over the city as the fans, and our reporter Yolulwe Qoshe is at the stadium at the moment. Yolulwe, good to speak to you again. Let's talk about the atmosphere. Let's talk about those fans as we edge ever so close to kick-off.
Very good afternoon to you again, once again, Hugo, as well as to the viewers at home. You speak about the fans. Since those gates have been open, they have been coming through the gates in not the biggest amount of numbers, but at least a positive amount of numbers for a particular situation that's always been spoken about in South African football, where there's always a lot of them flooding in closer to kickoff, which is said to be at 3:30 today. We're still expecting something similar to that, especially after Xolani Fihla, the spokesperson of the JMPD, told us that he is also expecting a bit of traffic to be congregating around these gates at around 2 o'clock. I'm just going to step out of shot to show you just a few amount of supporters that are getting in to those turnstiles, trying to get into the stadium, the grandstands, to be a part of this particular spectacle. The numbers are there, the colors are there, people are throwing up the various signs of their respective teams. I hear a roar coming in from the particular stadium right now, which I think, Hugo, means that the two respective teams, or one of the teams at the very least, is getting on the field for a pitch inspection. Usually it is the home side that gets the first preference. Today's home side will be Orlando Pirates, and then after that there'll be a huge roar from the Kaizer Chiefs supporters as they'll be able to see their own heroes coming on to have their first sighting of this new pitch. There was, of course, issues regarding the pitch last week, and Chiefs played against free agents have seen the Nedbank Cup. They even lost Wandile Duba, one of their key players, a joint top scorer, because of an awkward landing on a bad pitch because of what happened in terms of a concert at this particular stadium. We are in position to say, or we have had an opportunity to look at the surface and say it looks in pristine condition this time around. It won't be a similar situation to the last one, Hugo. So the weather as well, I don't know how much that's going to affect the fans. It's been hot for quite a bit of time. There was a bit of a 45-minute period where it looked a bit cloudy. There was a bit of rain coming in now. There's a bit of sunlight coming in again. It's going to probably stay like this for quite some time. But that could be a good omen for the game itself, saying that it's going to be end-to-end stuff. It's going to be changing every now and again. Whoever's going to have momentum when it comes to the football itself on the pitch at 3:30 going forward.
Yolulwe, Pirates are the hosts today and are in great form, obviously. Does this make them the favourites?
Well, there's no doubt about the form guys saying that Orlando Pirates are the team to watch today. They already have a trophy in the bag this season, the MTN8, defending that one, becoming a record holders of winning that one 3 times in a row. They are second on the log, only have 2 blemishes, 2 losses to the Cape Town sides, Cape Town City and Stellenbosch FC. When it comes to continental football, they've been great. They're unbeaten, topping a group that has defending champions Al Ali to advance to the quarterfinals of that particular competition. So everything points to them being favorites when it comes to this particular occasion. But the Soweto Derby notoriously is synonymous with not having any favorites. It's about who rocks up on the day, who deals better with the pressures from the two supporters, the atmosphere of a Soweto Derby. Kaizer Chiefs have the most Soweto Derby wins. But having said that, Orlando Pirates have won the last 3 editions of the Soweto Derby, stretching back to a Nedbank Cup game 2 seasons ago. So that's 3 in all competitions. They did the double over their Soweto arch rivals, Kaizer Chiefs, in the last season's 2 installments of this competition. So they'll have every right to come into this one feeling confident, but they'll also be worried that they can't be too overconfident. They have to come in and do a professional job, because Kaizer Chiefs themselves are buoyed by having won their last 2 games. They got a 1-0 win against Sekhukhune United, took that momentum to a game against free agents where they won 4-0. Granted, it's a game against amateur side, but for them, just being amongst the goals, seeing their side score 4 goals, Bruce Vuma getting a clean sheet, that was going to help his confidence as well. So they will be coming into this particular fixture with the utmost amount of confidence.
Now, the other thing that separates the two sides is obviously Kaizer Chiefs have 3 new signings, and Orlando Pirates didn't make a signing. Are they likely to take advantage of those signings? Will those 3 individuals make a difference today?
Well, we know at least one of those signings is not going to be a part of the Kaizer Chiefs team. That is Tashik Morris, who carries over a suspension from his former team, SuperSport United. He is suspended for this particular game. It's a registration situation. Had Kaizer Chiefs registered him before SuperSport United played against Mike Casey in the Nedbank Cup, then he would have been cleared. So he is out of the equation. There's also a new signing, Jersey winger international Claudio Lilepo. There's question marks over his eligibility for this game as well. They don't know about his work permit situation. I spoke to an official from Kaizer Chiefs just yesterday, and he also was unclear about whether he will get the work permit or has already been sorted. So two already out of the equation. One has been already in the mix. Thabo Cele, he is expected to be a part of the match day squad at the very least. A lot of fans calling for him to start that particular game for Kaizer Chiefs. So they will be hoping that they can have a new midfielder, the Kaizer Chiefs fans, who will then come in and give them what they want in the midfield in terms of impetus and going forward. From the Orlando Pirates' perspective, no signings, probably no problems. Yes. During the week, Jose Riviero, the coach, spoke about having 37 players at his disposal. I don't know if that means all 37 of those players are exactly fit and raring to go. We know the likes of Oli Sandar, Paseka Marco, Zakele Lepaso were training on the side from their team. It's meaning that they won't be involved in this particular game unless something might have changed overnight, Hugo. But they've got a very strong team. They already have players outside the actual team that are trying to get into the lineup. So it won't make sense for them to go and sign if they can't fit in some players already in their team.
Yolulwe Qoshe coming to us from the FNB Stadium ahead of what promises to be a pulsating encounter this afternoon.